Hello all, welcome to part 4 of the Maximmunity seminar. Trying to do daily snippets here to break down what would normally be an hour-long seminar. So we're gonna we just redid part 3. This is part 4, mostly focused on nutrition. Now, why is nutrition so important? Well, the gut is really the baseline for your immune system. A huge percentage of your immune system comes out of your gut, but more than that, certain foods are life-giving and immunity boosting. Certain foods severely take away from the immune system. And, you know, I know that I mentioned this in earlier parts, but whether you talk about what most people purchase at McDonald's or Popeyes or Culver's or, you know, some of this kind of stuff, or buy at the grocery store, like, you know, somebody's worrying about wearing a mask, but yet eating this terrible food. If you really want to maximize your immunity, it's key to do things that fuel your body and help your immune system stay strong. And in fact, it's even been shown to potentially, the healthier your immune system, the less length of time you would be a carrier. So even if you're not thinking about eating healthy for you, maybe you want to eat healthy for somebody else. So, you know, thinking about nutrition, there's a few key components because I really want to keep it simple. First of all, cut sugars. I mean, sugar is shown consistently to weaken your immune system. You may also notice in this picture that the picture that we chose to show is candy, which is dyed with artificial colorings, and many times it has preservatives, artificial flavorings. And he had, you know, one of my favorite things to see on a box of candy, you know, that thing that says a fat-free food, like somehow that makes it healthy. Any excess sugar that your body doesn't turn around and metabolize, it turns to body fat. It affects your pancreas, throws your hormones off, can cause you to crave or have a sweet tooth, but sugar really weakens your immune system. So I doubt that it's a surprise for anybody that sugar is bad for you, but some people are unaware that eating sugar or refined carbohydrates is a really good way to boost your immune system. In fact, if you read most natural healthcare providers, like blogs or recommendations, should you be coming down with, let's say, the flu or cold type symptoms, they say to starve your body of sugars so you're not feeding the virus or bacteria. So cut sugar, number 1. Eat a high fat, moderate protein, low carbohydrate diet. I mean, this is good for weight loss. It's good for balancing hormones. It's good for your skin. But what we in our clinic call it is the Maximize Living Advanced Plan. And what's that really mean? I like calling it the Advanced Plan because it has 5 simple rules. So the goal would be to follow this as much as possible. If you're trying to balance your hormones or lose weight, you want to do it strict for at least 2 weeks, but ideally longer. So the rules are, first of all, cut all refined sugar and grains. So you're not eating any grains, any breads, pastas, rices, anything like that. Secondly, only consume low glycemic fruit. So you're even going to reduce your fruit because it still is got a decent amount of sugar in it. It's not saying fruit's bad for you, but again, you are trying, if you're trying to cut sugar or strengthen your immune system, you want to eat lower amounts of fruit overall. So a couple of things. So the most classic would be like green apples and all sorts of berries. There is certain types of citrus like lemons and limes, which, as you'll see in a minute, are high in, also high in vitamin C and some of the other things that are really immune boosting. The third thing is moderate your protein. You can often weigh down your body or fatigue your body with too much protein in a meal. So as many of you have heard many times, you really don't want to eat more than 30 grams of protein in a 2 to 3 hour period, which is the equivalent of about 6 ounces of meat. So again, you want to balance protein throughout your day. Some of the keys are to eat more protein at breakfast and then also moderate it at lunch and dinner, whether that's eating smaller amounts of meat or getting other good protein sources. You want to increase your fats. So increase healthy fats like olive oil, coconut oil, avocado, nuts, seeds, things like that. And then lastly, lower your overall toxicity as much as possible. So be very conscious to cut those preservatives and other things like that. I just had a client today tell me, you know, he said, I need to lose 120 pounds. And I bet that would take some pressure off my back and be better for me. And he said, my doctor said just very simply, don't eat after 6, which is really asking him to do intermittent fasting and cut the Diet Coke, because he was drinking multiple Diet Cokes a day, which has artificial sweeteners in it. It's very acidic, it's very toxic. And although people say, oh, it's got no sugar, those artificial sweeteners can raise your insulin levels. And in most, if not all studies actually show increased weight gain, but it also can harm or be hard on your pancreas and affect your hormones. So diet soda or diet artificial sweeteners are not the way to go to cut sugar. So those are the 5 keys to the advanced plan. I hope you knew, but just in case you didn't, very immune boosting. Another very popular thing out there right now is elderberry. So elderberry is shown to have a lot of immunity benefits. It's also shown to be anti-inflammatory. So it's, I would say, one of the more popular supplements right now. Reminds me of turmeric just a few years ago, but elderberry or elderberry syrup is a good immunity booster. Another one is garlic. So we carry a garlic and parsley supplement that can be very good for you, but adding garlic, onions, things like this. These are also prebiotics, which means they feed their food for the good gut bacteria in your intestinal tract, which can be great for your immune system as well. But, things like garlic and onions and like herbs like parsley, they can kill bacteria and viruses. So what are they? They're immune boosting. Citrus fruits. So this is where we're going to talk about vitamin C. Like I said, put lemon in your water. Lemons and limes increase. But the one thing to avoid, you don't want to just consume juice, especially pasteurized juice, which really doesn't have the original forms of vitamin C because they've been cooked out of it anyway. But citrus fruits are good for your immune system, especially raw, especially in whole foods. So if you're going to consume juice, you might remember I did that Elixir Juice Company where they fresh press the juice. Thrive Natural Market, another option out there. A lot of people aren't, they're asking, what should I do for my immune system in this time? We've talked about getting adjusted, being mindful, exercising. But 2 of the supplements that are showing lots of research-based benefits are vitamin C and vitamin D. And I mentioned on a previous immunity seminar about 10,000 units of vitamin D, 2,000 milligrams of vitamin C. So again, it's if you're not taking vitamin C, it's not that you have to, but if you're really trying to boost your immune system, just staying away from people doesn't actually boost your immune system. In fact, it does the opposite. Do things that, should you come in contact with people or bacteria or viruses, it actually allows your body to fight it off, cause you to be less symptomatic or asymptomatic until you kill it and develop a natural immunity. But vitamin C is very, very good for that, and it's very cost effective to do so. Things you need to watch out for in vitamin C are, a lot of companies that produce cheap vitamin C, they process it cheaply, and they also will put artificial sweeteners and artificial colorings in there, which of course harm your body, weaken the effect that you're trying to have. We carry a very cost-effective vitamin C. I believe it's like $20, for a big bottle of it. I did post the link. We carry it in the clinic, but I did post the link in the description. You can order it right online, safe from home. You can even do auto ship where you'll get 20% off. So vitamin C is a good natural alternative. We do have a whole immunity boost bundle. In my opinion, this might be a little bit excessive, but for those of you that are really fearful, we have a whole bundle that really can show good promise in helping your body boost its immunity. Then we'll talk about probiotics. So last thing for today, probiotics. This one specifically, if you've taken antibiotics in your lifetime, if you drink tap water, if you don't buy organic dairy, things like that, where they have a lot of antibiotics in the water, the meat, or you consume antibiotics maybe to fight off a sinus infection or life-saving intervention, probiotics can help realign the gut with the right type of bacteria. I always use the example of planting a garden. You wouldn't plant a garden just over grass. You'd clear the soil, which is why in the last one I talked about Max GI, helping to clear the gut. And then additionally, then you want to plant the right stuff. You don't want to just let weeds grow and hope that fruits and vegetables come out. You want to plant the right stuff. So that's what our probiotics. So we have probiotics in the vitamin D that have 10 billion in there. But for those of you that really need a good probiotic or just getting off an antibiotic, taking the 50 billion probiotic for at least a month would be a great way to realign the gut. And what does that do? It helps the body have a stronger immune system. So hope you're enjoying these broadcasts. Feel free to comment, like, share, and have a very, very blessed day.